Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Watson Stadium as we prepare for game number 4 in this 2023 Wildcat football season. With Don Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle high above a hot Watson Stadium tonight. The game delayed just a little bit because of a lightning strike down south of us, but that little cell has moved out, and so, well, we're only going to wind up being about 5 minutes delayed tonight. It is homecoming for the Hobbs Eagles tonight as they welcome in our Lovington Wildcats. Both teams at 1-2 on the season, and really tonight it's going to be a matter of, I think, who wants it most. As we bring in Don Morgan fieldside, this is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, and good evening, Don, and welcome.
Hey, yeah, thank you very much. We're here. And after a little delay, everybody moved off the field and came back, and now the team is out here and getting warmed up again. And we've got these little scattered showers that are just hanging all around, just a little scattered thundershells. And, and unfortunately, the rain is okay. But when the lightning happens, it's a mandatory stoppage and delay. But not too bad, not too bad. They have announced that the kickoff is supposed to start at 7:05.
That is right. So 7:05 tonight. So just a 5-minute delay from the originally scheduled time. So Lovington coming in off of a big Mercy Rule victory last week in Santa Teresa as they defeated the Desert Warriors last night. Last week in that one, a huge win. And Lovington finally getting everything on track in that ball game. A rough couple of games against Roswell High, and then, of course, against Seminole, but really had their way with Santa Teresa last week. Lovington, Wyatt Gomez came through, and he tossed in that ball game 5 touchdown passes. Absolutely fantastic. Cesar Gonzalez tipping in 146 yards in that ball game. And really, that, I think, was the kind of performance that Coach G had been waiting for out of his team, Don.
Yeah, I think so. And that sets them up with a lot of confidence coming into this game. Of course, playing against 5A Hobbs is always tough. Hobbs. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's 6A now.
6A Hobbs. Sorry about that. Yeah, 6A for football.
Because football makes no sense and is different than everything else.
Yeah, I know. It's odd. I don't know why they do that. But yeah, it's still a division above Lovington. So, and Wyatt is right here. Said he's feeling good. I just hollered at him as he was headed over to get some hydration and said, yeah, it was thumbs up and everything good to go tonight. So hopefully we're going to see the performance, the other Wildcats that we saw and enjoyed at Teresa last Friday. It was a great game for them, and of course they're not going to have. It's going to be tougher tonight, and it was no cakewalk last Friday, but they know that they've got a tough Hobbs team here, and they've got their work cut out for them because emotions always run high on a homecoming team. As a home team for homecoming, you're always pumped up. You're even more motivated to try to win the game, and so that's what Lovington's facing tonight.
Well, it certainly is, and Hobbs coming off 2 losses that they would really like to have back. They did not have good games 2 weeks ago against Artesia, and they really didn't have a good game last week against Roswell High. Of course, Roswell High and Artesia are both top 10 teams regardless of classification in the state. I believe they're number 1 and number 3 or 1 and 2 in Class 5A. But Hobbs, still comes in ranked in the top 10 in Class 6A under Ken Stevens coming in, and he's trying to get the ship righted, as Hobbs continues as well to move on and prepare for the district season. The Eagles this year are led by quarterback Brock Beatty, as Beatty, junior this year, 6'2", 190, is really kind of coming into his own. But in addition to Beatty, though, their offense really revolves, I should say. It's just very hot up here. I think I'm having a heat stroke, but revolves around Saul Armandadas and Jeremiah Jaquez, as Jaquez has been kind of their do-everything guy. He runs the ball, he catches the ball, he is responsible really for most of the offensive yardage that this Hobbs Eagles squad gets. So going to be important, I think, tonight for the Wildcats to shut down Jaquez. It's going to be hard to take that kid one-on-one. You might want to think about doubling him up. When I look at Hobbs' stats that were provided by the schools, right now only 6 Eagles have caught passes this year, and only 6 different guys have carried the ball to but Jaquez has done the majority of the catching, and Salar Mendares has done the majority of the running. So going to be very important to key on those two tonight, I think, Don.
Yeah, definitely contain Jaquez. Then you have a good chance of containing the Hobbs offense. So we'll see what we can do. Lovington defense has been their stalwart, and they kind of key on that. When their defense gets out there and does their job, and they can create opportunities for the offense. They knocked the ball loose, they forced 6 turnovers in that game against Santa Teresa, at least 6 or 7, yeah. So, the defense for Lovington is going to be key in order to open up the opportunities and get their offense firing. So, yeah, the first thing they've got to do is, contain Jaquez. Hobbs is going to try to spread them out more than they, Santa Teresa kind of had them bunched up last Friday. So Hobbs has kind of an equal running game, passing game. So Lovington's just going to have to be really sharp. Plus, Hobbs is a big team. You look at these guys; they've got across the board. They've got more guys on the roster, and they're bigger than Lovington. But Lovington they've got some big guys of their own, and sometimes it's fast that can help you. It's big, but it's fast, and if they have their execution right, then they can play up against size. But they've definitely got their work cut out for them tonight.
Well, they do, and you mentioned the size, and up front, that's going to be very important. Lovington with 5 sacks last week, 4 or 5 sacks last week against Santa Teresa. They were in that kid's lap all night long. I seriously doubt they're going to get that kind of pressure tonight, but it is going to be important for them to get some pressure. Coach G this season has not shown a lot of blitz packages. He was kind of known for that the first 3 or 4 years, but has kind of gotten away from that the last couple. He's relied on his front 4 to get the pressure, maybe occasionally, very occasionally, bringing a linebacker or one of the defensive backs on a delayed blitz. But it's going to be important tonight to get that pressure on the quarterback. Don't give him time to get it to Jaquez. And we've said it for years now. Sometimes Lovington on the defense has had a little bit of trouble with the run. They need to stay in their lanes, stay with their assignments, and shut down Armandadas and also Beatty if he decides to run. Marion Kennedy has also managed to come through with some big breakthrough runs for Hobbs this year too. So going to be very important for them to, stay in their lane and do what they've got to do. As far as that goes on defense and offense, just do what you do. Of course, they're getting some guys back as Dallas Cardenas and Alec Olguin both back on the roster. Olguin saw some time last week, has yet to catch a pass or run the ball on offense, but that just gives them another weapon behind Cesar Gonzalez and DeMarcus Thompson, both of them averaging over 100 yards a game in the receiving game, and they are both very, very difficult. And then you throw Olguin and Patrick Sanchez and Cedric Betancourt, Jaden Gutierrez, Anson Marquez, Cameron Ochoa, Elijah Rivero, and even Marcus Henderson occasionally coming out of the tight end spot. That gives Hobbs 9, potentially 10 guys they've got to think about now. They can only have 5 on the field at one time, but that gives Hobbs a lot to think about. You've only got to get one guy free, but it comes back to the big guys up front again, Don. You've got to give Gomez time to find the open man.
Yeah, they've got to. The line has got to give enough protection for Wyatt, to have time to connect. And yeah, these guys all had sensational games last Friday night, all, having opportunities to catch the ball, to carry the ball, to get some good offensive yardage, and to contribute to the team score-wise, getting into the end zone. So Cesar, of course, and DeMarcus. But I think everybody is suited up tonight. I was trying to double-check on Dallas, but I think the only 2 not suited up are Ryan Weiser. We know that he's still out with the injury. Maybe be okay in October, maybe in next month. We'll see him back. And then Carrasco is not going to be able to play at all this season. But I like it. He's out here. He's contributed. He warms up with the team. He's suited up, but he's in that full leg brace, and he's not going to be able to play. But I like that his spirit is out there. He's representing. He's with the team, and that's great. That's what they need.
Well, it certainly is. As the team captains meeting on the Big H at center field here at Watson Memorial Stadium. Lovington, and I'm going to put the announcer's jinx on them. I already know it, has won every toss this year and deferred every time. And, well, they're signaling down there. I think maybe they're signaling Lovington to quit running their warm-up drills. But
yeah, I think they're wanting them to go ahead and stop
and vacate the field potentially. But so the coin toss, like I said, I hope I didn't just put the announcers first on them. Of course, this is going to be a big crowd tonight. It's Hobbs and Lovington. It's always a rivalry matchup, even though Hobbs in football at least 2 divisions above the Wildcats, and the Eagles have really had the better of this rivalry since it started back in the 1920s. But Lovington has had some spurts, and Lovington wins again and defers again. Woohoo! No announcers curse tonight. I hope that.
Coach,
yeah, go ahead, Don.
Yeah, Coach G really likes to start the second half with the ball. So that's not a surprise that he chooses to defer. If he wins the toss, that's usually what he does. And so, hey, we're starting with things, in the right direction for Lovington. We'll see what happens as we continue.
Well, and that's what it is all about, is getting the win in this one. Both teams at 1 and 2 and looking to improve, and a great way to do it, a rivalry game. I know Lovington may be feeling just a little bit, I'm not going to say upset, but probably not real happy that Hobbs decided that, hey, we're going to make you our homecoming opponent. A lot of times, you'll book in your homecoming opponent as somebody who is not as good, not as strong, trying to get a win for the team. And so Lovington may be going, all right, well, you think you can do that? That's perfectly all right. But, we're going to come out and make sure that that maybe you shouldn't have done that. So, just maybe a little extra added incentive tonight for your Lovington Wildcats. And while we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to our friends at Eastern New Mexico University, CYA Trucking Insurance, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, also Man Welding, Lake County Electric Cooperative, Bob Swiftway, the Lovington Schools, and Lovington Auto Supply. We are live tonight here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app. Also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on the Lovington tab at hobbsamerica.com. So continuing our journey on through your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Of course, as more and more people file in, we may kind of see a little dipsy doodle on the networking stuff here. We'll just do the best that we can. They do not have hardline internet for us in the visitors booth here at Watson Stadium, so we're on the mobile internet, but we will do as good as we can tonight. And Evie Super tonight in studio engineering and producing, doing yeoman's work. She's got us, and she's got our fellows over on Cool 95.7, so she's really keeping an ear on both of us tonight and keeping us on and keeping us sounding as good as humanly possible, and we appreciate everything that Evie does for us. So we've got about 90 seconds left in the pregame clock. They'll be preparing for your national anthem here in just a few moments. So as we get ready to wrap up your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, final thoughts, Don?
As the team
go ahead, Don.
runs off, we've got Lovington fans behind us, you can hear.
Yep, absolutely, as the Lovington faithful, of course, traveling very well tonight, and great to have them. Always a good crowd. The Big Blue Band in attendance tonight, too, as we continue our coverage here from Watson Memorial Stadium. I know I'm kind of breaking up a little bit, Don.
Yeah,
so
we're really breaking up.
All right, we'll maybe let Evie know we'll be flipping over to the phone at least temporarily as we continue through. As mentioning, of course, everybody has to have their cell phone out, and when we are limited to the cell network, that sometimes can kind of bounce us in and bounce us out. But for Hobbs, it is homecoming. For Lovington, just another game in the 5-game road trip here in the season as the Cats break through the Big Blue Cat and the sign and come on out and heading on to the field. Hobbs Eagles already out getting ready for the national anthem, so we'll wrap up the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show and return with the kickoff as Wildcats and the Eagles here on Z94 KZOR.
Attention shoppers, Hobbs Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week, you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
CYA Trucking Insurance is ready to cover your assets. They specialize in commercial insurance of all types: trucking, oilfield, sand, hot shot, general liability, umbrella, workers' comp. If you own your own business or self-employed, give Christy Barnes a call at 432-245-4292. That's 432-245-4CYA. CYA Trucking Insurance, a proud supporter of Lovington Wildcat Athletics and Academics. At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we're proud to announce the newly created Freshman Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and on HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morton field side, I'm TJ Miracle up high above Watson Steady. Brad Anderson running our tech tonight, and Evie Stuber doing everything she can do back at One Radio Square tonight as we get ready for the kickoff of this one tonight. Of course, the school songs coming up from the Big Blue Band and the Hobbs Eagle Band, respectively. So the teams are out, they're ready. Lovington is in the Don.
Yeah, I just have a bit of information that on Dallas, Cardenas is not suited up tonight. He has torn his meniscus. He is likely out for the season. But not good news, but we wish him the best.
Yes, we certainly do.
Good news is Ryan Weiser says he is his first day back to practice is Monday, and if everything is a go, he may be playing next Friday.
Well, that would be a certain lift for the Wildcat squad. So the Wildcats in the road whites with blue pants, the white helmets, the blue letters and numbers. Hobbs in the all black with the gold letters and numbers. And here we go. Game 4 of your 2023 season is underway, and the kickoff. It is a high wobbler going to be fielded back at the 10. Coming across the 15, they do the starburst and do the 20, 25 to the 30 with some room to the 35, high stepping across the 40, and finally going to be pushed out of bounds on the far sideline. Coach Stevens locked that starburst, and Lovington fell for it that time. A good return for Hobbs. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. And Don, did you see who pushed the runner out over there?
Yeah, I think it. I know that actually Kyler Reeves was in on it.
All right, as we will reconnect via the phone. Evie, if you're hearing it, it's not wanting to reconnect, so go to the phone, please.
And we have a number 9 on the field, but I don't know who he is. I'll try to work on identifying him.
It's Romero Gonzalez, and we had a
Romero.
Penalty. Yes,
Okay,
Romero Gonzalez. Romero Gonzalez.
Okay, great. He was in on that as well.
All right, a penalty on the play against the Eagles will be 10 yards from the spot. It'll move them back to 11, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. It is Hobbs and Lovington just underway. So it'll be Beatty From the shotgun single back with him is Armendariz, and they will hand it to a man coming around the end. Lovington stays home, stays right with him, and will knock him down behind the line. That is great pursuit as the down as he a couple of yards on the play. It'll be second down and 12. So officially a loss of 1 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down and about 11. So call it 1 officially. So checks the wristbands, and we'll step back in as Beatty preparing. He's going to have twins to the left, to the right from the near hash mark. Hobbs against the Lovington Wildcats. Underway. Pass up in the pocket. That one is going to be tipped at the line. They wound. I don't believe that's Beatty. I believe that's Diaz that's in there. Dawn, can you?
You're cutting completely out. You've lost. Can't hear you at all.
All right, and it'll be second down and 10. I believe that is Diaz in at the quarterback position. We will double check as we're trying to reconnect the radio feed. And Evie, let me know by text if we're on the phone. It's not wanting to let us connect in. So it'll be third down and 11 now after the incompletion as Diaz steps up the fly, goes down the middle and overthrows his intended target. And so that'll bring up a fourth down. 7 to go. Time for Hobbs Eagles.
Yeah, pretty good coverage down by Cesar Gonzalez.
So, yep, good on Gonzalez, and thank you, Evie. We are on the phone feed, so appreciate that. So, hey, whatever we got to do to get it on, that's what we'll do. Don, could you when next time, would you double check the number for me? Actually, that's Owen Callaway in quarterback, not Beatty. So, Callaway is the quarterback as we get ready for the punt. Lovington should have good field position. So send a man in motion, a high snap, it is handled, the boot into it, it is a high spinner, going to bounce and then take a big eagle bounce at the 40, go into Lovington territory across the 45, and will be down at the Wildcat 42-yard line as it's Rick Gonzalez getting down and downing that football. So Lovington, pretty good field position for first and 10 on their first offensive possession of the ball game.
Yeah, defense did their job. Now let's see if offense can get things cooking.
So turning the page on my stat sheet, it'll be Lovington football from their own 42-yard line, first down and 10. Just a minute and 20 seconds gone off the clock from here at Watson Stadium. Hobbs homecoming. Lovington would love nothing more than to spoil that. So send trips to the right and one to the left. Single D back in the backfield is going to be Ochoa. As Wyatt points out the protection, gets it, fakes the handoff, looks to pass, goes left, has a man, and over the shoulder of Thompson, and just off of the fingertips. Pretty good coverage down there for the Eagles, but it'll be incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Lovington going for a kill shot early.
Yeah, that was Manuel Murillo who was covering for the Eagles. And you know what? That ball maybe just a tad overthrown, but still not a bad toss for the first toss of the game. And we got some more downs to work with.
Yes, we certainly do. And at the next break, we may just make some adjustments and keep this on the phone and go our video stream hard-lined off of that. That way we're not trying to do too many things with our box at once. So Lovington will come out again, trips to the left, single man to the right from the near hash mark. Ochoa is the D-back. Bad snap. Wide handles it, rolls left, throws on the run, has a man. It'll be complete to Thompson. He's going to dive forward across the 50 into Eagle territory on the far sideline to about the 47-yard line.
Sorry.
Yeah, Don.
You're good.
All right, it'll be a pickup of 11, 50, and move now. Yards to DeMarcus Thompson, and it is first and 10 for the Wildcats inside Eagle territory. So got it to work that time. Lovington is going to try and methodically march it down the field. Ball control going to be extremely important. This ball he did. So now moving deeper inside Hobbs territory. It'll be first and 10 from the Eagle 36 officially. Send trips to the left, one to the right, and a 4 receivers set.
Ball control, clock control going to be real
This is
key
a
in
direct
this
snap
game.
to Gammon, and he will just take it over the left tackle and wind up with about 2 yards on it. So going with the Wildcat, that's something that Coach G has worked in more for the last couple of weeks. Has a man, that is Thompson at the 25, and he's across the 20 before he is slung down. It'll be a pickup for the Wildcats. That's going to be 15 yards on the completion to DeMarcus Thompson, his second catch of the ball game, and move the chains Lovington.
By Wyatt, it was a great point on the throw and the catch. Just perfect execution.
Inside the Stonewall Field Services red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Wildcat football, 7.5 to go in the first quarter. No score as of yet. Bunch everybody tight left side, and they will pitch it on the end around. A little hesitation move, looking for some room is Thompson.
Flag.
He's going to get on the 15, and that's going to be in the area holding, and this one is coming back. Giving it to Thompson on the end around, but there is a hold in the backfield, so this one will be moving backwards.
Yeah, and that's a shame. DeMarcus did some good. He had to really kind of wait and be patient and look for a little hole, a little seam to open up and run forward. But, yeah, this one's coming back.
Now let's wait and see what the official call is. I'm pretty sure I saw the hold down there as the head official comes out and talks about things. And really, it's going to go in the books as a 10-yard penalty, but it's going to wind up, I think, being more of about a 13, 14-yard penalty. Are they picking this up?
They're going to wave it off. They're picking it up. I don't see a signal. No, they're moving they moved it back.
But
they did.
They never signaled up to the booth what it was. So.
Right.
And it'll be holding on the offense. 10 yards. So it'll be the first penalty on Lovington. So that'll repeat first down. So now it'll be first down and 20 for the Wildcats back at the Eagle 29-yard line. 7:20 to go. From the shotgun, Wyatt with it. Has time, good protection. Now it's going to break down. Rolls right, under pressure. Tosses it, goes to the sideline, and nobody in the neighborhood. Only a couple of Hobbs Eagles. Alec Olguin was probably the closest Wildcat to it. Pursuit on the near side for Hobbs by Tristan Davis, among others.
Yeah.
But a good backside pursuit. Just had Wyatt having to throw that one away.
Anton Marcus was downfield a ways, but, unfortunately, he was looking to get some room on the rollout and couldn't find anybody.
So it'll be incomplete. It'll be second down and 20 from the 29-yard line. Have to get it down to the 9 for the first down. 7:13 to go first quarter. With trips to the left, one to the right. It's Marquez by himself to the right side. Hobbs shows blitz. Option pitch. Get it out to Ochoa. He slips down as the turf monster gets his first tackle of the ball game. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And now it's 3rd and 20 for the Wildcats.
And number 52 for the Eagles, Andrew Torres, slow getting up on that. He was one of the guys to make the stop and actually, just come in right behind Ochoa because he really just slipped down, but he is now rolling and holding on to that knee, left knee.
Certainly hope that young man is okay.
What we hope is maybe it's just a cramp.
And it's very, very hot and humid, and we were talking before the game about the heat and bad down on the field, bad up here in the booth as the sun beating down and everything in there is concrete. So. Yeah, a little bit warm up here, and I can see how it would be a little bit warm down there. So while we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to our friends at Eastern New Mexico University, CYA Trucking Insurance, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stonewall Field Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Lovington Schools, and Lovington Auto Supply. So it looks like this one may take a minute. We will take a quick time out. We'll just keep it on the phone line, and everything looks like it's working at the moment, so we'll just keep it right here and, count our lucky stars. But we'll take a quick commercial time out. Wildcat football continues in a moment on KZOR.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football after the injury timeout as the injured Eagle being helped off by the Hobbs training staff. You
Torres.
You certainly hope that that young man is okay as we prepare to head back to play. It'll be a 3rd down and 20 for the Lovington Wildcats. Ball spotted just inside the 30, and it would be an awful shame to see them waste this drive, which started out with such promise, just methodically moving the ball, and then a holding penalty, and well, the wheels have kind of come off, and that's kind of been the story for this Wildcat team, at least early in the season. They'll get something going, and then a penalty will set them backwards. You can't do that against a team like the Eagles.
It's crucial to try to convert here on 3rd down. They've got to get this.
Or at least try and get some of the yardage out to make you think about the 4th down, or we've got plenty of leg on plenty of kickers.
It's true.
Maybe think about the field goal.
Just try to get some points on the board one way or the other.
Right now, about a 50-yarder. You don't want that. It'll be trips to the right and one to the left. Single back in the backfield, Ochoa. Gomez rolls left, is going to be pressured. He's going to have to step up. He's got a huge hole, takes it over. He's 20 to the 15, and he'll slide down inside the 15, down at the 14-yard line. The quarterback keeper, I like that he slid and gave himself up. And it makes it a very manageable 4th down, or it makes it an extremely manageable field goal. This early in the game, we're looking at about a 32-yard field goal. 4th down and 5. I think Coach G's going for it on the 15, back inside the red zone.
Yeah, Coach G, G for go. You get this close in the red zone, and he smells the end zone. He wants to give his team a chance to put maximum points on the board.
Of course, they need 5 yards for the 1st down, or they need about 15 for the end zone. Trips to the right, one to the left from the far hash. Gomez behind center, now back out from the shotgun. The flag's flying. I think, oh no, are we going to have a delay of game?
Yeah, illegal.
And nope, I think we're going to have a delay of game on the Wildcats. And it will be delay of game on Lovington. There's that penalty we talked about again. So that'll be their 2nd penalty for 15 yards, and it'll make it 4th down and 10 from the 20. I don't think it changes Coach G's decision-making process here any.
Well, the ball's on the 20 now instead of the 15, so I think his game plan remains the same. Looks like it.
It just changes your play calling a little bit. So it'll be the same formation, trips to the right, single and to the left. Ochoa is the deep back from the shotgun, White with it. Has time, looks to the left, comes back right, steps up, goes to the middle.
Yes!
And into the end zone, 6 on the board.
Alec
Wildcats as Alec Olgain, your first catch of the season, young man, is a touchdown. Welcome back to the lineup, and the Cats have taken the early 6-0 lead. And great protection up front by the big boys as Gomez had all day to find Olgain cutting across the center on the deep crossing route.
That story right there is the time that his line gave him. Make that great throw to get several receivers in place right there in the end zone.
And on the hard count, Hobbs jumped all over the place as the kick is up and good. And can you catch the number of our kicker down there, Dawn?
Yes, it is. If you'll turn so I can see him. 18, let's see, is that Justin Allen?
Justin Allen, or is that 15? Is it Bustillos?
Well, I'm trying to see if it's an 8 or a 5.
It looks like that's 8.
I think it's 18.
So it's 18, so it's Justin Allen, the freshman. Unless he changed numbers, that's the latest on the roster update I got from Coach G. So we're going to go with Justin Allen on this one.
All right.
So Allen on to kick after Bustillo's kick last week. So after the penalty, the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is a line drive, but it is good. So with 5:53 to go in the first quarter, Lovington 7, Hobbs nothing. We'll be back as Wildcat football continues in a moment here on KZOR.
Proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
And welcome back to Watson Stadium as the Wildcats take it down the field. It is a 58-yard drive that culminates in a 20-yard touchdown pass from White Gomez to Alec Holguin. The point after by Allen is good, and the Wildcats up 7-0. But more important, that drive took nearly 6 minutes off the clock, Don Morgan.
Yeah, we talked about ball management, clock management, and I like how deliberate and controlled and really confident Lovington has been so far with the defense doing their job. First, rattle out of the bag, and then the offense coming in, marching down the field, taking a lot of time off the clock, and a great boot.
Yes, it is. It's a high-end over-ender, and they will attempt. Nope, they're going to think, nope, we're not doing the starburst thing again. Across the 20 to the 25, still on his feet out to the 27-yard line. That was Justin Black, the senior wide receiver, who brings it out to the 27 before the Wildcats converge on him, led by Anson Marquez. So now Hobbs will have it 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Lovington leading 7-0 here on Hobbs Homecoming as more people continue to file into the stands here at Watson Stadium. And
you can't see the stands below you, but, man, they are very full.
And they're filling up over on the visitor side pretty good, too. It'll be Callaway. He is the quarterback. He'll take the snap. He'll throw the wide receiver screen over on the far side. It'll be complete across the 30 out to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 on the first completion for Callaway. And, Dawn, did you catch that receiver's number?
Yeah,
was that
Salcido. Larry Salcido, number 14.
So Larry Salcido, number 14, with the 6-yard completion. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. I like the quick passing. And Hobbs is faithful. You've got to like that, too. Interesting note, Watson Stadium is the 3rd largest football stadium state behind University Stadium in Albuquerque and Memorial Stadium in Las Cruces. Just a note. So Hobbs going to bunch everybody in tight. Deep back is Armandaris. Callaway sends a man in motion. Taquez. Fake. And is the quarterback. Callaway. He's running for his life, stretching it out to the far side. He's going to turn the corner, and he's going to get about 2-3 yards out of it. Good pursuit by the Wildcats, and Zadrick Betancourt. Also over there was Cesar Gonzalez.
Yep.
So it'll be a pickup of 2 on the quarterback keeper for Callaway. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2. Wow, are they going to give him forward motion for 4? You're kidding me.
Wow.
So they gave him forward motion of 4. So first down of the ball game for the Eagles. So they give him all the way out to the 37-yard line. It'll be
Lovington D got to step up here.
Yes, they do. From the shotgun, Eagles going to stack twins left, twins right. Going to throw the wide receiver screen far side once again. And then a on the far. And the completion was to Johnson, but big hit over there, Dawn.
Yeah, it was over here. No number Gonzalez was as well.
I think maybe Ramiro Gonzalez was the one that had the textbook tackle that drilled him and put him down. Not an easy thing to do against a receiver of the talent level of Jaquez. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. Stack them left and right again. Line them up. And the handoff to the middle. He's across the 50 to the 15. Nobody get him. He will foul 3. Armandaris, the Hobbs front line up. Just we to point. Stadium play bites the Wildcats. Up, and it is good with 4:09 to go. 7. It's the Wildcats in the
Call Manuel 396-40.
At some point, you'll have missionary players do something on the new trusted advisor when you dependable auto parts. have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
It is a 63-yard touchdown scamper for Saul Armandaris, and the point after is good. The Eagles tie this one up at 7 apiece. And the ensuing Lovington, that is Gutierrez. He'll get it to the 20-25. It's a block to the 35. Take it out to the 30-yard line on the side before Hobbs snaps his out. Good field. It's something important. It's in for the Wildcats from their own 37-yard line. Make it the 38 officially. Trips right, one to the left. Good snap. Shotgun is going to be Ochoa, and he bounces off a couple. 50-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 11 on the Wildcat to Cameron and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
That was great. He was almost stopped. I don't know. And got the first down. Great run.
That's the important thing, is he got the first down. So from just shy of midfield, from the 49-yard line after the 11-yard pickup. Waiting on the shotgun snap. Gomez back in the ball game. Trips on the left side in tight. Fake the handoff to Ochoa. With time. Flush comes to your side, throws it underneath. Has a man and in and out of the hands of the tight end Henderson. Not able to hold on the ball, a little bit low, and good coverage by Henry.
Yeah, he was feeling footsteps, actually seeing footsteps coming toward him, not behind him really, but yeah, it was a lot of rush on. And
5 from the 30-yard line.
Third down conversion, so crucial.
Yes, it is. But Lovington looking to move it forward. All tied at 7, under a minute to play. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Official. As Lovington wins to the left. Field is down and in front. But so it'll be fourth down. Wildcat.
Yeah. It's kind of great for Hobbs. So loving for it. Coach G's over here. Oh yeah,
they're going for it. So at a fourth down and 5 from the Hobbs 30-yard line. 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tied at 7. Hobbs shows the blitz. White going to change the plane. Was trying to get, I think, a jump. Didn't get it. Now he's going to signal a timeout before the play clock expires. So they want to talk about it. Timeout taken by the Wildcats. So with 24 seconds to go here in the first quarter, we'll just keep it right here and say a big thanks to the good folks who make Wildcat football possible, including Lovington Auto Supply, Lovington Schools, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Cooperative, Man Welding, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, CYA Trucking Insurance, and Eastern New Mexico University. With Don Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle, Brad Anderson, Evie Stuber, running all over the place back at One Radio Square, doing double duty tonight for us and the Hobbs crew. We appreciate everything that Evie does.
Coach G standing outside of this tunnel, letting his assistants do the work, the communicating to the team. It's in its various breakdowns, and getting ready to get back out there again. It's interesting. Coach Stevens of Hobbs has a staff of 10 assistants coaches, either 10 or 11. That's a big staff. Only Coach Stevens' help, but
it's a smaller staff, Wildcats. And so it'll be a fourth down and 5 for Lovington. Hobbs 3-yard line, tied at 7 apiece. Right in the middle of the field, trips right to the left. In the backfield.
Zillow, Workers' Comp. If you own your own business or are self-employed, give Christy Barnes a call at 432-245-4292. That's 432-245-4CYA. CYA Trucking Insurance, a proud supporter of Lovington Wildcat Athletics Academics.
As we see in second quarter, the Cats, the Eagles are tied from here at Hobbs, but Lovington score first from the 8 line as we fans Lovington to the now. Gomez from the shot, handed to him, is going to be swarmed backfield and no room for Camp to work, and he's going to lose a couple on that one. So, all right, time to go on board and think back again.
Hobbs sniffed out.
I would think so.
So we got Gutierrez going back in, Betancourt.
So he'll line up probably in the slot. We'll see for sure. To the left. That's Henderson by himself to the left. And the Wildcat, that'll give it to Owen. Right. And the 12-yard line, make it the 13. So we'll pick up a 2 on the Wildcat. They're an awful lot tonight.
A lot more than they have. I'm not sure if they've done it maybe only once or twice this season until
maybe
tonight.
Once or twice and a half. I think part of it is to get the ball in Cammon's hand a little bit quicker than if he's got it on the handoff.
Right.
And that's really just a tip of the hat. Hobbs' front line with being as big and as physical as they are, trying to get the playmaker out a little bit quicker. So now right, one to the left. Ochoa is the back. High snap, right handles it. Starts left. Now he's going to in trouble. Johnson again. He's going back at the 1. It is another sack. So it'll be a 7-yarder. Johnson started that one off. But let's see who comes out and finished him off, and that is big number
33.
There's a 60-something in there, too.
Tristan Davis and
big number 50 over Hill, 350 under. He'll get for it, and that'll be an 8-yard sack out. And so now it's third down and about 15. It's an out 3rd and 15 for the Wildcats. As that gets it all the way back to the 21-yard line. Maybe he's thinking, this is the best course. Allen, kicker, to the right. Has time for a man, and he will be inside the 5, down to the.
Of Lee County, Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
It is an 11-yard touchdown pass to Cesar Gonzalez. The point after is no good, but the Wildcats, with 9 minutes left in the first half, take a 6-point lead, 13-7. I'm TJ Miracle high above Watson Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols the sidelines. Brad Henderson along up in the booth. Running the camera tonight. Nevy Stuber running around like a chicken with her head cut off back at One Radio Square. So that was a huge 11-yard pitch and catch. And so for the 8th consecutive time, Dawn, Lovington takes advantage of a turnover and turns it into points. And so now Allen will kick it away, and that one is going to be a wobbler, going to be fielded by one of the upmen, and they are going to set it up near across the 30 to the 31-yard than they might have, but Hobbs will have decent field position from the 30-yard line officially. First and 10 from the Hobbs 30. The Wildcat D has put them on top of this one, 13-7. Just under 9 to go in the first half. So Hobbs with Callaway as the quarterback tonight for homecoming. They'll split twins left and one south of the, that's left to right. Our way of looking at it, and Armendariz tries the right side, and nothing doing is just about every single Wildcat on the field comes in on him, being led by Rivera. I'm going to say he got back to the line. It'll be no gain for Armendariz, second down and 10. So Hobbs will check the wristband, back up to the line. Move a little quicker than a lot of teams, not as fast as Seminole did. Move a little faster. Twins right one to the this time. Callaway Jock has that on that left snap. Callaway is Gutierrez and going to for team be a hot. Bryson Avila.
Yeah, he faked it to Ochoa.
And Avila stayed right with him, like, yep, we've seen that on film before, so. Third down and 17 for the Cats. No, 3rd and 17 for the Cats, and they're back inside their own territory. Now Hobbs' physicality. Play Lovington 13, Hobbs. We're back again
with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, and now we're proud to announce the newly created Freshman Housing Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when on the EMU campus. For more information, now EMU and higher more for you visit EMU.edu. New Mexico University. Student success, what we're about.
Time with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device.
Inside Hobbs territory, and yeah, I'm not going to have to go going for it. So 97 yards through the air flight. It'll be 4th down and 4. 2:50 to go, and that's what they're going to have to do. I'm going to have to get it out of his hands.
We got an down in
Who
pain.
caught the pass, Don?
3. Have number 5 down for the Eagles. That is Jacob Diaz. Trainers are looking at him.
So,
but he definitely had good coverage on him, but he was able to get forward some good yardage. It up.
It'll be a 5-second down. 2:50 first half. Lovington still with the timeout, not getting in any hurry.
Well, they're playing very
conserve some of the energy that you're going to need. Twins left, twins to the right. Good snap, Wyatt with it. Looks left to left. Pass is Gonzalez. Step at the 3-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 and move the chain First down, Wildcats. 36 yards. And as a man gets away from one, that is Gonzalez, and he'll step out at the yard line. Chase down Wildcats, the 12-yard completion, first and goal, Lovington. Gonzalez has been the security blanket tonight for Wyatt Gomez. 5 catches, 48 yards, and now first and goal.
You know, slippery tonight.
Right. Trying to get back. Keeps off and he goes tackling. He's going to be just shy, so no good. But the down under a minute to play in the first half. Lovington 19, Hobbs 7. We are in 30 seconds. Wildcat 94. Hobbs.
Traffic because intoxicated driver. And depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840 from the Stone family and staff at Stone.
Take down the field and punch it on. Cats.
I really still watching the other side.
On the so it'll be first and for Hobbs from their 32, make the 33-yard line. They do still have all 3 times remaining. So with the senior quarterback Owen Calloway in for homecoming, can he lead a late drive? Salcido got behind his man and had all kinds of daylight, but it'll be incomplete. Now it'll be 3rd and 2 for Hobbs.
26 seconds left on the clock. They did stop.
Send a man a 7-yard loss.
I'm tired. In a second.
Guys going base, and Hobbs does not have that many going to come into now.
It's always, it's always, at the end of the day, I'm going to hang on there. The work ethic of our, and that's our optimism ethic, and we work hard. Like this, come out here and finish.
And you got the ball to start the second half.
I love it. Can't wait.
All right.
Thank you, Don.
All right, our conversation. Thank you very much, G's. Conversation that will take us into your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up as Wildcat football continues. Lovington leading Hobbs 18-7 here on Z94 KZOR.
Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the big
40. Any welding job, any welding question. 396-4540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You call Man Welding. Man up.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need replaced to fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomed you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week, you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back. It is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. You know you're going to need the Napa Know-How at some point for your car. Trust me on this one. If you haven't, you will. We'll get it from good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D. Napa, get up and go. So halftime here at Watson Stadium in Hobbs as Lovington has so far taken it to the Eagles. They lead this one 19-7. A couple things hadn't gone Lovington's way, but they hadn't really let it stop them yet. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We will start with the home team Hobbs Eagles. Owen Callaway in at quarterback tonight and has kind of a rough first half. He goes 3 of 7 for just 22 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. His leading target so far, Jeremiah Jacques, has 2 catches for 16 yards. Larry Salcedo has the third catch, and that was for just 6 yards. Hadn't been a lot of room to run either for the Eagles. Saul Armandadas with 5 carries for 69 yards, including the 63-yarder for the touchdown. But the one big play, all that the Lovington D has allowed, but it was a biggie. So Armandadas with Hobbs' touchdown. Jaquez with 1 carry on an end around. He lost 2 yards on it, and Callaway is negative 13 in the books as he's carried it 3 times and been sacked once, and then was a big sack on almost not a sack, it will just go down as a loss, but on a fumble that he picked back up. So if you're keeping up at home, 22 through the air, 54 cumulatively on the ground is 76 yards for the Hobbs Eagles. They were whistled twice for just 20 penalty yards in that first half. Got their touchdown in the first quarter and no points in that second quarter. They did have 1 turnover in the first half and just 2 first downs. That's a huge statistic for the Wildcats. Turn the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Wyatt Gomez in the first half goes 13 of 18 for 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. His favorite target, Cesar Gonzalez, 5 catches, 48 yards, including an 11-yard touchdown catch. His first touchdown then went to Alec Olguin, who came back and played in a limited role last week. He had the 20-yard touchdown reception. Demarcus Thompson, 3 catches, 48 yards, and all 3 of those have been massive catches that have kept drives alive. Not sure there is a bigger catch than the one Zadrick Betancourt made to keep the drive alive late in that first half. He's got 1 catch, 28 yards. Then you've got Jaden Gutierrez with 1 catch, no yards, and Cameron Ochoa. And 3 touchdowns, not 2. Cameron Ochoa with 1 catch on a screen when he was split out from the backfield on a running back screen to a 9-yard touchdown catch for Ochoa. On the ground, Ochoa, he's done the majority of the work. 10 carries, 41 yards. So 4.1 yards a carry, not bad against a massive Hobbs defense like they're facing. Gomez himself has carried it 5 times for 6 yards. It's a little bit skewed because he was sacked twice for 14 yards backwards. And Jaden Gutierrez in relief has carried it 4 times for 5 yards. So 136 through the air, 52 on the ground, 188 total yards in the first half for the Wildcats. They too were flagged twice for penalties for just 15 yards. They get 7 in the first, 12 in the second. That's till they get to their 19 on the board, and 9 first downs in that first half. No turnovers, but I think the most important number that you look at, only 2 penalties, but a number you hope doesn't come back to haunt you, is 2 missed extra points. Tonight, Lovington on their 4th kicker of the season with the freshman Justin Allen doing the kicking duties with Bustillos out tonight, and also Hernandez and Duranda out tonight too. So very important for Lovington to find a way to get some of those field goals. And let's bring Dawn Morgan back into the conversation as we talk about your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half.
Well, I think they've had such success in this first half, and I think some of that is just attitude. You heard Coach G say, that the team has just played like their hair was on fire since the very beginning. I think I think they're executing. They listen to the game plan, and they have been playing very deliberately. And as you said, that helps conserve their energy, and they need that because, as Coach said, it's always a concern, especially when we get into that second half, about these player fatigue coming into play. No matter how well they're conditioned, when they're having to play offense and defense, and they're spending a lot of minutes without a lot of time to recover. That's definitely something that Hobbs knows that they have an advantage, and they might look to try to press that a little bit in the second half. But I think Lovington's going to have to come out and continue to execute and use their physicality and try to dominate possession of the ball. And when you look at the stats, it's very easy to see. What'd you say, 67 total yards?
For Hobbs, 76, yeah.
76, not 67, okay.
And 63 of those came on one run by Saul Armendariz.
So, you can see Lovington has dominated possession time, and, it's no wonder that they're up, 19-7. But let me tell you, that's not enough against a team. Hobbs can come out and explode in the second half, and Lovington's going to have to try to keep them from doing that. Containment, and continued, doing what Coach said is, being deliberate, and really he was proud of how consistent they were on maintaining possession of the ball offensively, and they're going to have to try to do that under increasing pressure by Hobbs in the second half. It's going to get tougher to do that, but they're going to have to continue to try to do that and maintain.
Well, I think you are absolutely right, and we're going to go back to conditioning again. How well are the Wildcats conditioned, and can they continue to fight through a Hobbs team that frankly doesn't have players that go both ways? And this is a pressure-packed environment. Hobbs is going to be feeling the adrenaline. This is homecoming, and I think I remember my high school coach. He never said this to us when we were in high school. Well, he said a lot of things in high school that I can't repeat, but I know after high school when I got into the broadcasting business, he said if it was up to him, they wouldn't do homecoming at all. They could wait and do it during baseball season, because he thought it just distracted the kids way too much with everything going on. He would rather them have not have ever had homecoming, and I know a lot of coaches are that way. So Hobbs, might be feeling a little the conditioning bug too, just because there's so much pressure and so much adrenaline on them. For Lovington, they're basically going to get to come out in the second half with no pressure. They're playing with house money.
Yeah, but that 12 points ahead on the board, that looks good, but it doesn't feel like enough, and they're just going to have to come out and maybe try to stretch that out, and they'll have the ball to start with. What they need to do is make sure they hang on to that ball. A quick turnover, a quick score by Hobbs, you give them the momentum, and that may be all that they need to really ignite and own the second half. So Lovington, again, containment, keep the ball away from Hobbs, out of their hand as much as possible, dominate possession, and just try to go ahead and get another score on the board if they can, kind of stretch things out if they can, put things a little bit out of reach and deflate Hobbs as much as they can.
Well, they are going to want to do that. Yeah, I was just going to say, for the offense, they're going to want to continue to control the ball, control the time of possession. If your offense is out there, it means Hobbs' offense is not. Don't do anything wild. Don't do anything crazy. Play within yourself. Take what Hobbs is giving you, and they've done that. Now, granted, Hobbs has played extremely well, so far on defense, limiting a high-powered Lovington offense to just 188 yards. But how many times have we seen Gomez having to make a desperation heave and one of his receivers coming up big? I think you want to continue to just take 3-4 yards at a time and see if you can do it to where you're not going to have to, get that 15, 18, 20-yard chunk. Very important. On the defensive side of things, I said it in the pregame show, stay in your lane. What that means is don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about what your assignment is. And the Wildcats have done that very, very well so far. They're staying on their assignments. They're staying on their man. They're doing what they are supposed to do as individuals and as a unit, and so far they haven't given up. Other than that one play, any big plays, it's okay to give up, a yard or two here and there. Just don't give up the big plays. And if you're going to give up the small yards, hey, Hobbs may, they may take it 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. But one thing Lovington has that Hobbs does not have, Don, Lovington has time on their side.
That's true. And if they keep the other hand in that second half, they will have that. That's a big weapon. That's a big point in their favor. How about that arm of Wyatt Gomez tonight? That's amazing. And how many different, receivers have come up big for Lovington in the clutch here. Got some really big time catches with Mr. Gonzalez, with Betancourt, right? And Marcus Thompson. Gutierrez, you've got, Cameron Choa coming in the clutch, getting yards on the ground for sure. So these guys, so far, execution has been right on. Let's hope that they don't cool down, they keep that intensity and that effort going here when they come out and start things in the third quarter. The largest band.
Got to continue to worry about this one tonight. Here at halftime at Watson Stadium, Lovington 19, Hobbs 7. We will continue with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up on Z94 KZOR.
ZYA Trucking Insurance is ready to cover your assets. They specialize in commercial insurance of all types: trucking, willfield, sand, hotshot, general liability, umbrella, workers' comp. If you own your own business or self-employed, give Christy Barnes a call at 432-245-4292. That's 432-245-4CYA. ZYA Trucking Insurance, a proud supporter of Lovington Wildcat Athletics and Academics.
Excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue, Owen. Another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eastern New Mexico University is proud to offer potential opportunity to attend EMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now
they did a nice job of containing that and
nothing can be shared on the air, but afterwards, he would prefer he didn't do homecoming. And I talked to a coach for years off of the record in programs big and small, good and bad, that have all said pretty much the same thing. Not every coach, but I'd say most coaches hate homecoming. And of course, you and I, Dawn, for the past 15 years that we've been doing this together, 13 years, I guess, 13 or 14 that we've been doing this together, in addition to our own team's homecomings over those years, it seems like we get at least 3 other ones, maybe 4, sometimes 5. And I remember one year we had 7. We were on the road 6 games, and they were all homecomings plus the home game. And so that was 7 that year. I'm surprised you have not been crowned yet.
No,
I haven't either, because I've been there too. I don't ever want to be the homecoming queen. But that's See, this is what happens when they put 25 minutes up on the halftime clock.
I don't think we're in any danger, of either of us, having those honors. But that's okay. But
if you are a Hobbs graduate, maybe the coming home queen.
You look at some other games that there are themes like senior thing, and I think the teams kind of take it in stride, because sometimes you'll have military tribute night, you'll have senior night, you've got homecoming, and really anymore, other times, I think they're able to keep their focus through that. At least I see that Lovington, is able to do that most of the time. So I think that they can do that.
Well, and I think very important too for the Lovington Wildcats, this long halftime has given them more time to rest and recover, so that because they've had a little more time to rest, recover, and get a little bit healthy. So you're in Lovington, you need that for your
go out there to be part of for what's now. Log on to lovingtonschools.net, and then you won't be disappointed. Go big, 3 cups and the woo!
Right decision. Jimmy Carter and his exceptional man-welding team for athletics and Lovington schools. Your local welding company. Big jobs or small jobs. Call Man Welding 34540. Any welding course. Call 4540. The few
Quality parts, local people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D, Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout the store. Save big on produce, household items, products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the produce, the best needs, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome to Watson Stadium. Tonight, doing a great job keeping us and our Hobbs crew on the air and honest. And Brad Henderson tonight running the camera. We know it's a little bit out on the but appreciate this little bit of football to start. Hobbs may very well think about in the outside. That's kind of what they're lined up like. So we need to be aware. Up a 9, move Main. Cesar his 6th catch of the ball.
Nice, deliberate, good execution, nothing fancy, just good, solid, basic football. In the air, in the hands of the receivers, making a few yards, getting that first down, moving the chains, controlling the football, controlling the clock. That's what Lovington's doing. They just need to hang on to the ball, don't cough it up.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left. First down and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 41-yard line. Snap, fake the hand with it, fake across the middle, and one at the 45. And down to the 4-yard line. And a man from somebody underneath just in that little zone. And guess who? It is Cesar. That is 10. That is 13 yards and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
And give the Lovington offensive line credit. They're giving Gomez a lot of room to find some good throw.
It'll be first down and 10 inside Hobbs territory. The Eagle 41. 8:40 remaining, third quarter. Lovington going to stack 3 men to the left side. Snap, fake off. Ochoa up the blitz. And that one is going to be caught. And Marcus Thompson, he'll say for Hobbs Eagle into the end zone. 20. Wildcats get the ball first in the second half.
Man, good steal on the left, way up, and just grabbed that. I didn't know how he kept control of that, and out of the hand.
We are back in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues on Z94.
They specialize in commercial insurance of all types. For CYA. CYA Trucking Insurance, a proud supporter of Lovington Wildcat Athletics and Academics. At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season.
Wildcats. Cats take it 85 yards, and it culminates with a pass to DeMarcus Thompson from Wyatt Gomez. Takes the 26 to 7. 4 to go here to return across the 45. Football. Saul Armendariz had a seam, and he got a good block. Henry into Armendariz. The ball popped out. Did Lovington get that back on?
Well, I don't. It doesn't look like
it.
I think they're going to say it's dead.
Down. I'm going to say Armendariz was. They've got great field position from their own 48-yard line. Hand it to Armendariz, right? And and he has stood up at the line. No gain. Lovington comes once again. Second down and 10.
Valentina Herrera, man, just giving them all they can handle, along with help from Alex Rivera.
Going to get progress of 1 yard. That'll be his 6th carry, 70 yards. So it'll be down and 1:45 here in the third quarter. Lovington up by 19. Callaway from the shot has 20 to the left. Tied in the ball game for the Eagles. Fake the handoff to Armendariz. Callaway wants it. Going left. Jaquez had managed to cut it back in across the grain and a little bit of room on his defender, but it'll be incomplete. Now it'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and it looked like one of the Wildcats was able to get a hand just a little bit. It didn't tip it a lot. He did tip it just a bit.
Down at about, let's see where they're going to put him. They're going to say at the 8-39 yard line. So that'll be 13 yards to Jaquez on the wide receiver screen. That's just the first ball game.
Yeah, but it feels like catching fire momentum. He's really needs to make able to hang on to that ball there, give him a little.
Right. Armendariz is the lone back. Pump fake by Callaway coming up the near side. Going for Jaquez. It is in the air. It bounces around. 2 Lovington crash into each for the ball. The ball was up in the air.
Down on the field.
Jaquez couldn't get to it. That is Gutierrez who was down.
I think he knocked the wind out of him. He's getting up. He's slow.
Yeah, I think so. He and Gomez collided pretty good.
Right.
But getting a break, bouncing around, is not able to find it. So it'll be incomplete, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
It was nice that it was good close coverage, clean coverage, and, no. Kind of needs to recover.
.708 to go here in the third quarter. Lovington 26, Hobbs 7. Wildcats in the lead. I'll see. Get .12 in a minute. This is Wildcat Football. C94 KWR Hobbs Lovington.
Has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with a New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And
5:09 to go. The game plan for Lovington here does not change.
That's right. Hang on the ball. Get an in. Just hang on the ball.
Yep, keep this at an 11-point ball game. Turn it into a track meet. You're up by 2 scores. Meet's going to face because they've got that. You got to keep scoring in that situation. Trips to the left, one to the right. From the handoff, and keeps it in, and he will get tripped up. He had a room, but yeah, he got tripped up in the backfield. Gabe Henry, he's going to fall and roll forward and get a 3 on the quarterback. Keep down. Get the shoot that one. Another 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, he had some good.
Of course, it may be a good thing because bearing down on him with Cameron Hernandez, and I think Hernandez probably would have hit him on the runaway track. Passing into side, back to pass. Time underneath, a little bit of miscommunication there. As Ribeiro kept coming across the middle, he was supposed to just curl out and then Thompson to block. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. And just a quick is the first in 13 attempts for Gomez.
Lovington's got to keep firing here. They can't sputter. And
so it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats, just shy of midfield. 4:27 remaining in the third. They lead by 11. Trip left, 1 to the right. Ochoa is the back handoff. It'll have time at Hobbs 40, and he'll be spun down at the 39-yard line. Ribeiro. So that'll be 11. Ribeiro would move the chains. First down, Wild. Ribeiro. In the middle.
Yeah, just run it up or throw it up in the middle.
Trips to the right side. Wyatt throws it. Ribeiro. Somehow Ribeiro almost gets it before it'll fall. Incomplete. Ribeiro had one of the Hobbs defenders had it. Then Ribeiro had it again. Then it was back up in the air again. Gabe Henry had a shot at it. Ochoa in the back. Wyatt. He's going to be pressured. He's going to be sacked all the way back. Wildcats. I'm Lovington. I'm just taking this one down, and I'm not snapping this one to Patrick Sanchez until that play clock is 1 second.
Right.
Waiting, they'll snap was number 40, Javian Pondo.
Yeah, Betancourt was on it as well.
So flip the field, an 11-point lead for Lovington with 2:44 remaining in the third, 26-15 the score. On Z90 ZOR Lovington. And the Z90 ZOR himself. Chasing him down after a short loss. It'll be a nice job there by Clayton. It'll be, let's see, what did they give him on that one? So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Push
hand. Salcido not behind.
Salcido had that 14 and I don't know who the down.
30 to Larry Salcido. 5th first down of the ball game for the Eagles. As the as the Wildcat will be helped off. 71.
That's number 5. That is Patrick Sanchez, but he's walking off.
You like to hear that. There is 90. That is 106 yards now for Callaway through the air. And what another big play for the Hobbs. Now they're deep in Lovington territory from the 36-yard line. First down and 10. 11-point Lovington lead. Inside down to about the 12-yard line. A 20 pocket down.
Yeah, and
just Smart Hub app on your phone or device and download the free app. Go to our website at to your account and pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Stone Oil Field Services says any traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oil Field Services in Lovington.
Down to 3 after the touchdown. And off is high. They're going to be 50.
sorry, I was not able to hear. There's so much noise here coming from the Lovington fans and from the sideline. I couldn't hear a thing.
From the 33-yard line, yeah, there's a lot of noise in this stadium. A big Lovington contingent. Home stands packed. 23, back for the fourth quarter. You don't want to miss it. Back for the fourth quarter. You don't want to miss it.
Students and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Honest, trustworthy. Man Welding gives you confidence you made the 40. Any welding job, any welding. Call 34540. Together, we'll fabricate the future. You made the right decision. You called Man Welding. Man up.
Back here at Watson Stadium in Hobbs, getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Lovington will have it 1st and 10. After a 15-yard gain by Cameron Ochoa, Lovington hanging on to a 3-point lead and needing to answer the Hobbs Eagles, who catch and fire. Trips to the right, one to the left, send a man in motion. That is Gonzalez. Hand it as Ochoa going to cross territory. 39. Hard slap, 3-yard gain. For Cameron, start the 47. On field miracle. We are going to get our money's worth out of this one, to be sure, tonight. Lovington back with a 2nd down and 7, just inside Hobbs territory, just underway, fourth quarter. Lovington hanging on to the 3-point lead. White Gomez, the quarterback. Cameron, running back. Hammond got a little on the side, closes left tackle side, and he'll get another yard out of it. Nothing more than that, and so now it's 3rd down and 6. So the Cats going to have to do this. You don't 3 and out to start after you get the big first down, first play, drive in the last play of the third.
Yeah, they definitely need to make a little magic here. 3rd down, convert on the 3rd down here.
Marquez will be to the right side, trips to the left. Hobbs going to back out of it, throwing it to the middle and tipped and knocked away. Is trying to go in middle to Alec Olguin, but he was covered, trying to throw dangerous. Mike Gomez incomplete.
Jay Hernandez and 80.
And so now, if you're the Wildcat, I think you, I don't know, but the for the Hobbs 27-yard line. Target get Justin Black. Come up near his team. It's over. Complete.
Over his head. He reached up in a futile effort, to try to grab it. It was way overhead, but he was
less than 3 yards. Hobbs will take 2 downs to try 3 yards, even though they're deep in their own territory. So this is 4-down territory for Hobbs. The incompletion clock stops. 9:57 remaining in the ball game. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Lovington only with 4 men across the front. 2 stick. Though the wide receiver Yacht has some room. To the 30 to the 34-yard line. And he'll have enough for the first down. So he's going to get 7. So Yaquez with his 6th catch of the ball game, 66 receiving yards. And it is the 7th down for the Hobbs Eagles. Now they are moving and the momentum in their favor. Twins. Callaway, he throws and it'll be complete to the near side to Black. And he just ball forward and get a couple yards out of it.
good coverage by Jaden Gutierrez over there on him. But it was a low throw. He really did well just to keep it.
And that was 20 for Hobbs to Gonzalez. So Gonzalez 4-yard, 2nd down and 6. Callaway back to pass. Wants it all. Goes down. Jaden Gutierrez takes a long ball and takes it away, and it makes a catch. Lovington Wildcats.
With the INT, and he watched it. He ran up. He wanted to do it. He and if just a couple days ago, now's the time to either make him cough the ball up or have an INT, and that's what Lovington did.
Yes, it is, and so the D comes up with a turnover on the Hobbs.
Now they need to score on this turnover. Yes, make it count.
Yes, they do. So from their own 36-yard line, 1st down and 10, Wild football. Send a man in motion. That is Ochoa. The quad left to Ochoa. On the receiver, nothing doing, and he's going to lose yardage on that one again. When that happens, you've just got to move forward, get behind your blockers. It's complete, but it'll be a loss of 1 on the play to Ochoa, and it'll be 2nd down and 11. So not what you wanted to do right there.
Sometimes you just got to see the hole, dive forward, and just try to get back to the line of scrimmage or get 1 or 2. By the time he caught it, he was pushed out of bounds. By the time he caught it, he was pushed out of bounds.
Before he had controls, now 3rd down and 11. Gonna be critical. The Wildcats need to get 11 yards. Take advantage of the turnover here. With just a 3-point nail-biting lead at 7:04 to go in the ball game at 1 point, 19. But Hobbs has slugged their way back into this one. Twins left, Twins to the right. House at Stadium. And in motion from the left to the right. Gomez back to pass. The little middle. That is Ribeiro. Away from 1, gets away from 2, but can't get away from the 3rd. As he is going to be spun down by McPherson. He's going to get a 4-yard completion, but not nearly enough.
Looks like she's going to put the punt team in. Special teams coming on.
And I think that's the right call with 4th down and 7 to face, 7:04 to go. Have really let you down.
And when you're on the 9-yard line, yeah. Got to try to pin him back.
Patrick it away. This is a good one. It's a bounce. Takes Lovington back out of bounds at the 11-yard line. 40 yards for the Lovington punt, and that'll pin Hobbs back deep with 7:05 to go in the ball game.
You've got to really target big play, big breakout, play that running down that 90-yard
holds on. Pillow going to come over and take it down as he'll cross the 16 game. Yaquez, his 7th catch of the ball game for 71 yards, 2nd down and 5.
Clock is ticking.
And that keeps him in bounds. That's important. The initial hit on the near side put on, but Armendariz is the lone back. Kellogg goes the waiver screen to Yaquez. Again, gets away from the first one, gets away from the second one. Got out near the 35-yard line. So he is going to take that one around the 5. 7-yard pitch and catch to Yaquez.
Nope, that was Salcido.
Oh, Salcido, thank you, 14.
Larry Salcido again.
4 catches, 78 yards. 130 through the air for Owen Callaway. Stays in bounds, though, and as soon as they set the ball, should start the clock. Yeah, we are under the twins to the left, twins to the right. From the far hash mark. High snap. Handled by Callaway, and he gets away from 2 up the middle. Squirts. It's going to be up to the 40-yard line as he got a block and bounced off a couple of guys. He's going to wind up with a 14-yard quarterback keeper and another Hobbs Eagle first down.
Yeah, Marcus Thompson and Gutierrez came in, got him, but just not in time.
Word of the day is wrap up. It's harder to do when you get hurt and easy to set them up here. First 10 for the Eagles from their own 39-yard line. For the Hobbs Eagles, that could be a big loss for them with complete. As good as a couple of folks, an eagle and a cat over there.
Yeah, actually bringing the coverage on that was Alex Geen.
All right, and we've lost Dawn. Excuse me there, Brad. Let me check something here. We're kind of in and out on the signal there. That's all right. So now with an important 3rd down and 8 after the incompletion. Hobbs trail. It'll be 4th down and 8. And now it'll be decision time for Coach Stevens. This could very well be the ball game. 4th down and 8.
Oh, fire right now.
And timeout going to be taken by the Eagles. I think that is a smart timeout for them to take with 4:01 remaining in the ball game. Lovington 26, Hobbs 23. Big 4th down coming up in 30 seconds here on KZOR. Keep the Hobbs drive alive. Their 9th first down of the ball game.
Just his fingertips and with coverage by Lovington.
89. Hobbs still with 2. 3 right side. Handoff. A pass comes near side.
Yes.
Over the head of his intended target. Going to go for Yaquez. Move underneath. Ribeiro was bearing in on him to hit him. If Gutierrez stays back on that a little, he could pick that off. As it is incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 or 7.
Yeah, good pressure by Lovington defense. As you said, Gutierrez on one end. Rivero.
So now it's another 3rd down and 8 to go. Same formation. Trips left, 1 to the right. Fake the handoff. Callaway to pass. Comes across the middle and in and out of bounds. Yes, once again, who lined up in the near spot. Took it all the way across the field. That one gunned in there and bounced off of him. So Lovington just Gutierrez on the cover. Yaquez had a half step on him and he had positioning. So now it's 4th down and 8. Deja vu all over again. Thank you very much, Yogi Berra. So Hobbs will take their second timeout. They want to talk about it again. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thank you to all the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat sports possible, including Eastern New Mexico University, CYA Trucking Insurance, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stonewall Field Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob Thriftway, the Lovington Schools, and Lovington Auto Supply. This has been a back-and-forth affair, a tale of two halves, I think is how the lead-up for the write-up in the Lovington leader should be when it comes out this week. It was all Lovington first half, and it's pretty much been all Hobbs second half. But how big is that touchdown in the third quarter now looking for the Wildcats? So here we go. Again, Alec Olkeen with the INT as the touchdown earlier. The INT now, and now Hobbs is down to one timeout. Lovington needs a couple of first downs, and this one is over, but you still got to get the first downs.
You do, and if you can, man up and they're knocking on the door in the end zone if you can.
Yeah, if you can score, you certainly want to. But now what is important is to be able to run the clock out.
Olkeen, I just don't know how he grabbed that away and got it. It was amazing coverage and handle.
So Lovington will come out 1st and 10 after they force the third Hobbs turnover of the ball game. They have won that battle thus far, but still hanging on to a 3-point lead. 1st and 10, they are deep in their own territory from the 13-yard line. Hand it off to Ochoa. He's going to take it out to the 15. Tough sledding inside, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Is Hobbs going to use their third and final timeout? Yes, they are, so 2:27 to go. And we'll just keep this one right here, Dawn Morgan, as this has been insane.
It has. It feels like this game, it's incredible that it's just less than 2.5 minutes left in this game. It does not feel like it's been that long because it's been so intense. It's been so interesting, constantly and back and forth and good play and, almost misses and nearly could have hads and would have beens and the ones that did and the INTs that Lovington has come up with. Wow, their D has really come through in this fourth quarter.
They have, and Lovington threw the haymakers in the first half. Hobbs survived. Hobbs has thrown the haymakers in the second half. Lovington trying to survive. The defense has given the Wildcats the puncher's chance to beat the top 10 6A team. So out of the Hobbs timeout, they are out of timeouts now. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats.
Got to get a couple of first downs. Got to hang on to the ball. Can't cough it up.
Yeah, they need at least one first down, and 2 would make you feel a lot better about it. As a late sub checking into the ball game for the Wildcats is Ochoa. Empty set in the backfield, trips to the right, one to the left, tight end in the ball game. Wyatt with it, keeps it himself, and he'll come up the middle. Actually, it's the Wildcat to Ochoa. Gets away from one, he's to the 30, 35 to the 40, heading from the sideline to the 50, to the 40. It's a foot race, and he will get the first down. The Wildcats need.
Ochoa.
Cameron Ochoa takes it all the way down. That's 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 49 yards for Cameron Ochoa. First down, Wildcats move the chains and win the game, young man.
Wow, twice it looked like he was going to be down, and he got free. He kept finding daylight, kept going.
Cameron Ochoa, 128 rushing yards in the ball game. 1st and 10 now from the Hobbs 37-yard line. 1 minute, 40 seconds to go. Lovington will need to run a couple more plays. And another first down would for sure seal it with 90 seconds to go. And now Lovington going to take the timeout with 1:27 to go as the play clock was getting close to expiring. So, wow, Don, this is going to be one heck of a Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation and one heck of a Devon Energy postgame show.
Yes,
if Lovington can hang on to knock off Hobbs, we don't forget Hobbs is the number 18 in Class 6A in the state.
Right.
And I believe they are the number 10 overall team in the state regardless of classification. So Lovington is going to knock off a top 10 opponent 2 classifications above them if they can hang on for another 87 seconds.
time in football, minute 27 here, and yes, they definitely need to hang on to the ball. Don't be foolish. Don't let Hobbs get any kind of to grab that ball.
You've got to play a little conservatively here, but not too conservatively.
Yep.
Well, the clock is your friend. You do not want to leave Hobbs with any time.
They're just going to go.
They're going to line up, and they've done the math, and they've determined that you can win this one from victory formation. Wyatt going to take it, is going to kneel it down. So I'm going to put down what I've got to in the book. I hate putting these down in the book. But I do. I really wish he would let that click down a little bit further. Yeah, with the 40-second play clock, they will need to kneel it down. One more time, and they will seal the victory tonight by the final of 26-23. The Lovington Wildcats will improve to 2-2 on the season. The boys, you got to get to the line here. So second down and back in Lovington. They need to kneel it down one more time. Wildcats, you are victorious tonight. The final, Lovington 26, Hobbs 23. We will take a couple of minute timeout, and we will be back for your Devon Energy postgame show. The Wildcats pull the 6A 4A upset tonight. We're going to have a lot to talk about. Keep it right here. Wildcat football continues in a moment on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
CYA Trucking Insurance is ready to cover your assets. They specialize in commercial insurance of all types: trucking, oilfield, sand, hotshot, general liability, umbrella, workers' comp. If you own your own business or are self-employed, give Christy Barnes a call at 432-245-4292. That's 432-245-4CYA. CYA Trucking Insurance, a proud supporter of Lovington Wildcat athletics and academics. At Devon, they're proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of our communities. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we're proud to announce the newly created Freshman Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome to your Devon Energy postgame show from Devon Energy. Of course, Devon Energy, proud supporters of Wildcat athletics and all Lee County student athletes. Devon Energy right now hiring in the Hobbs and Lovington area. Contact them for details on those positions. The Wildcats pull the upset homecoming night 2023 for Hobbs. They win this one 26-23. Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation in just a few minutes. I think going to be a very interesting one. So let's take a look at the numbers in this one for Hobbs in the losing effort. Backup quarterback Owen Calloway really picked it up in the second half as he finishes up 11 of 25, 148 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. No surprise, Jeremiah Dock is his leading receiver tonight, 8 catches for 89 yards. Larry Salcido stepping up in a big way, 4 catches, 78 yards tonight. On the ground, Saul Armendariz, 10 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Callaway with 7 carries, 32 yards. He also had a rushing touchdown in this one. 148 through the air, 130 on the ground, 278 total for the Eagles. They were penalized 4 times for 45 yards in the ball game. They get 7 in the first, none in the second, 15 in the third, none in the fourth. That's how they get their 23. They had 9 first downs in the ball game. For the victorious Lovington Wildcats, Wyatt Gomez goes 20 of 29 tonight, extremely efficient, 214 yards, 4 touchdowns, and more importantly, no interceptions. Leading target tonight, Darkus Thompson. He had 4 catches, 89 yards, including a 41-yard touchdown catch. Cesar Gonzalez, 8 catches tonight. He had the most catches, 68 yards. Alec Olguin, a 20-yard touchdown catch and a huge interception that sealed it at the end. Kevin Ochoa, 2 catches, including a 9-yard touchdown. And Elijah Rivero, 3 catches, 23 yards. 128 rushing yards tonight for Kevin Ochoa, his second 100-yard game of the season, including the big breaker at the end out of the Wildcats for 49 yards that sealed the deal. Wyatt Gomez finishes up tonight in negative territory. He was sacked 3 times and unfortunately had to write on the kneel downs at the end down his losses. So he lost yards in the ball game. But all told, 214 through the air, 154 on the ground, 368 total yards for the Wildcats tonight in the ball game. More importantly, no turnovers. So the Wildcats will improve to 2-2 on the year. Will drop Hobbs to 1-3 on the season. And of course, now for Lovington, they have to get ready to continue the 5-game road trip. Another one that's in the neighborhood is we'll head over to Denver City next Friday as the Bob Thriftway coaches conversation. Don Morgan, Coach G.
Unbelievable fight. That's what you just told your guys to start off the huddle. Unbelievable fight. You said you knew it. What else did you tell them?
You know, when we came out of the locker room, and that's one thing you and I talked about before the half, it was going to come down to their numbers versus our numbers. And I told our guys that they're going to come out in the second half. They're going to have great energy. They're going to try to finish. We just got to sit there and keep fighting, you know. And they did a good job there in the second half, finding some things. Did a good job at halftime, finding ways for their guys to get open. Gave us some different looks defensively that we didn't see in the first half. But our guys never wavered. They never wavered at all whatsoever. Adversity struck. It's a resilient group. I mean, I don't know that I've ever been around a group since I've been the head coach here at Lovington High School that's just so resilient and just want to fight for each other and get better. And like I said, I mean, you can look at them. And I knew when we get into that 4th down situation down there, I knew we were going to make a play because they didn't want to let anybody down. And so Alec Hogan, great big play. Come out there, we had to run the clock out. We knew they had 1 timeout. Our tight end got gimped up tonight. That put us in a bad situation. Put a backup offensive lineman in there. Put Valente Herrera in there at tight end. And just finished the game. It was outstanding.
They finished better than they started. And they had a pretty darn good start to this game as well. Now, you told them that you also need to see this team again tomorrow and next Friday. What do you mean by that?
You know, this is a big win. You know, and I think the last 4 weeks have been very emotional because these guys are working their tails off, you know, and they want to win and they want to take care of each other. And, you know, losing those first 2 football games of the year, that's hard on them because they work hard to try to get a win. And it's hard to win football games. And then rallied last week to a great big win. And I told them last week, don't let it define who you are. When they showed up on Saturday morning, they were ready to learn and get better. This is a great big win. We can't let it affect us emotionally. We got to get in there tomorrow. There's some things that we got to fix tomorrow. And then we got to attack it the same way. If we attack it the same way, because we're going to have to play our very best football next week in Texas. I mean, that's a really good football team. And through our non-district schedule, we got really good football teams coming up. So we got to play our very best football. And That's how we attack the week.
What are those things you want to clean up and then work on specifically for next Friday?
You know, I think they gave us some different looks in the second half. They blitzed Wyatt a little bit more.
You made some adjustments with them, though.
Yeah, we did make some adjustments, but I think Wyatt kind of got rattled a little bit. We had some guys that were open, and, you know, he's just got to settle in there. And, you know, I tell you what's so awesome. Tonight we started a center tonight that it is our third center in 3 weeks.
Wow.
And for that young man, Brian Gallardo, to step up like he did tonight, man, we didn't know what was going to happen. You know, this sickness is going around, and it's still going around, and it catches you by surprise. And I remember on Tuesday, he said, "Coach, I got you." And I said, "Okay, man, we got to go then." He said, "Yes, sir, I got you." And he came out here, played his tail off, getting Alec Hogan back. I mean, we're starting to get more pieces back, and just playing our best football right now, which is good, but we got to continue to get better every single week.
All right, well, what's the big story and the big plan against Denver City going to be?
Holy cow. You know, we played the past 4 weeks. We played against some really physical football teams. Obviously, Seminole tried to throw it all over the yard and was trying to run it fast, and then we played Roswell High. They tried to be physical, and then Santa Teresa last week tried to be physical. We scrimmaged Carlsbad. They were physical. Not taking anything away from them, but Denver City is the most physical football team that we will have going to play this year. I mean, they are physical. And they got 2 great running backs. They're going to get their quarterback back next week. He's a returning starter. So biggest thing for us, and I'm proud of us, how we've done against the run. We busted that one long run early. We settled in defensively and did well against the run. But we're going to have to do a really good job next week of stopping the run because they're going to try to cram it in the phone booth.
All right. Well, good luck. Great win tonight. Savor it. As you told the team, you deserve it. You deserve to savor it just as much as they do, and the coaches. And how about that Lovington, the fans in the stands tonight?
It was electric. You know, I mean, I turned around at one point in the third quarter, and I looked up, and I was like, oh, my gosh, there's not an empty seat in the house. And
it's good so much. I think I've made a big difference in just being behind a team.
And hearing that group back there, the one voice that I could hear was my wife on the very top bleachers yelling at me, "Finish, finish, finish." And so just an awesome environment.
All right. Good luck next week. We'll see you there. Good luck, Coach.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Don.
Thank you, as always.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan, with our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. The Cats came out through the haymakers in the first half. The Eagles survived. They threw the haymakers in the second. And ultimately, the Wildcats survived to take the victory tonight, 26-23 over the Hobbs Eagles. For Brad Henderson running our camera tonight, for Don Morgan, Fieldside, E. Stuber running around back at One Radio Square, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Watson Stadium, and thank you for watching and listening. This has been Lovington Wildcat Football, an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next Friday night in Denver City.